Just tuning in, we got breaking report that there was another attempt on Donald Trump's life. That this is actually an attempt on Donald Trump's life. Secret Service returned fire.
Tim Pool and the entire internet are buzzing right now after reports of another assassination attempt on Donald Trump. This situation is getting crazier by the day, and honestly, it seems like tensions will only keep rising as we approach the election, and maybe even continue to escalate afterward, depending on the outcome. Let's dive into this clip from Tim Pool on Timcast, where he breaks down and reacts to the latest attempt on Trump's life. He's taking the gloves off, especially when it comes to the leftist narratives that are likely to follow. You can bet they'll try to twist this around, perhaps even claiming that it was a Republican behind the attempt, because that's the kind of spin we've seen before. Before we dive into all the details, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think the shooter's motive was? Were they a Democrat, a Republican, or something else entirely? And how do you think the media will frame this one? We all know they always find a way to blame right-wingers or push the gun control agenda. It's a predictable playbook, but I'm curious about your take. Let's get into Tim Pool's analysis now. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below about what you think the real motive is and how the media will likely spin it.
All right, what's going on? We're doing a mobile live stream real quick out here. I don't know if this is working or not, but for those that are just tuning in, we got breaking report that there was another attempt on Donald Trump's life. So, of course, as soon as I see this breaking, I run outside. So, all right, let's start from the beginning, because I'm standing out here in the middle of nowhere to try and give you this quick update for those that are tuning in. I'm going to start walking, actually, to get away from this driving area. Donald Trump's golfing. There were shots fired. We don't know exactly what happened. They initially reported that it may be an attempt on Trump's life. They then quickly came back and said this is not an attempt on Donald Trump's life. This was two individuals, unrelated, who were opening fire on each other. They said they found a backpack with an assault weapon, which means nothing, but may have been an AK or a long rifle. Now it's coming out through Brian Stelter on CNN. Actually, he's reporting what CNN has picked up, that this is actually an attempt on Donald Trump's life. Secret Service returned fire. So I'm trying to walk away from this parking area and I don't want to stand in the way of cars, but I wanted to make sure I get something up on YouTube, because I've got the tweets up. People are asking, the last time something like this happened, people said they asked me to get a video up as quick as I can. So I'm going to go through some tweets for you guys of the current breaking news, just so I can have this for you on YouTube, and then try and get something up on Instagram as well. I'm just going to sit down over here so I can pull up X. I'm at a mall, so not the best place, but I can hop over right here, take a seat, and let's see if we can get the chat going. YouTube's forcing me to do this orientation. It sucks, but I got this report here. We got Brian Stelter. Look at me, I'm doing a report here on the ground. We've got Brian Stelter, says, Kristen H. CNN. Officials believe the shots fired at Trump were intended for former President Donald Trump, according to sources familiar. The Secret Service identified the direction of the shots and returned fire at that gunman who fled. Witnesses were able to provide a description of an individual and a vehicle. We are told that a vehicle that is close to that description has been stopped. All this info is preliminary, but in the area of the shooting, sources say they recovered a backpack and a semi-automatic rifle and a GoPro camera. The camera suggests the individual may have wanted to record himself in the first person.
Starting from Tim Pool's mention of the shooter having a camera, it's clear that this wasn't just some random altercation or road rage incident. No one sets up a camera to record themselves during a shooting unless it's premeditated. Another alarming detail that's come to light, and I'm not sure if Tim will cover this, is that Trump's golf schedule wasn't public knowledge. So how did this person know where Trump would be and when? That raises the very unsettling possibility of a mole within Trump's inner circle leaking information. Furthermore, the shooter managed to get alarmingly close to Trump with a backpack and a semi-automatic rifle, despite Secret Service protection. How does someone get that close without being stopped? Did the shooter manage to get close enough to take a shot? Or did the Secret Service spot him from a distance and engage first? We don't have all the answers yet, and much of this is still speculation. However, what doesn't seem speculative is that this was indeed an assassination attempt, even as reported by mainstream news outlets. Let's dive back into what Tim Pool has to say about this developing situation.
So let me try and, I'm going to pull up your guys' chat here. We'll just try and I'll pull up more information as I go. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I don't know how much time I have. I can sit out here in this parking lot. But I'll just try and give you the basic update and information on this. So I'll try and get you going for about 10 minutes. And I'm trying to pull up the chat here now so we can look at your super chats and questions, and using my second work phone. Looks like we got it. YouTube's making me do this orientation. This sucks. Is there even a chat? I don't think there's even a chat, is there? How do I change that? Is that my fault? Maybe there's a setting to turn chat on? I have no idea, guys. This is frustrating. How do I do this? I guess I can't, but I can grab some more tweets. I just want to make sure I had this up on YouTube. That's about it. That's the breaking news update. I'm going to see what other information is coming right now, and we'll keep this up for a few minutes, and then I will be updating. Follow me on X @TimCast. I will have updates. Let's see. Gunshots were heard outside the property. Secret Service returned fire. This is crazy. Now it's crazy because I'm seeing people. So when the shots were first heard, Marjorie Taylor Greene, of course, immediately came out saying this may be an attempt on Trump, and a ton of people on the left were just coming out saying stop, no, that's wrong, and now now it's looking like that may be the case. We got Redhead Libertarian saying whether those shots were intended for Trump or not, it looks like it could have been another massive security breach, which is true. There's reports that it was an AK-7 that may have been recovered. Don Jr. is saying shots fired, AK-47 discovered. This is massive. Trump is safe, of course. He's absolutely safe. We got a couple other updates I can give you too while we're here. Fascinatingly, we have a video from Chris Rufo alleging it shows a man filming a backyard with a cat being roasted on a grill. I can't believe this is something I'm also reporting as we're out here. A cat being roasted on a grill. Yep, a couple of them. And he's saying that he filmed it in Dayton, which is just right. It's right next to Springfield, Ohio. And he said it was from, I think, a year ago when he was going to pick up his kid or something. So we have that video, and Rufo says that it was confirmed.
Chris Rufo confirmed reports of a cat being roasted on a grill, which some will inevitably dismiss as fake news. But that's beside the point. Regardless of how frequently these incidents are happening, there's an undeniable issue with immigration in the United States. However, the real focus of this video is the second assassination attempt on Donald Trump, which is getting absolutely wild. At what point does Trump stop taking casual golf trips? I doubt he ever will. Trump's not the type to hide inside his house. But it's hard not to think about how this relentless targeting might be aimed at making life unbearable for him. It's like they want to send a message. Challenge the establishment like Trump has, and life will be tough. You'll face assassination attempts at every turn. Trump is human after all, and while everyone might expect him to keep that unbreakable fight, fight, fight attitude, surviving 2 assassination attempts has to make anyone reflect. It's not just about being a candidate for president anymore. It's also about being a father, a grandfather, and protecting the people around you. How do you balance running for office with these constant threats? Maybe it's time for Trump to be a bit more cautious, not out of fear, but out of a sense of responsibility to his family and his team. Should there be tighter security perimeters around him? Or perhaps he should cut back on public appearances. It's a miserable way to live, but maybe that's the intended effect. Let me know your thoughts on this second assassination attempt on Trump. How do you think this affects him, and what do you think of Tim Pool's take on it? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.